I didn't pay attention to my health there. Shit. Wait, where the hell am I?
What the hell was that?
Oh. So I got discovered and I died because I wasn't paying attention to my health. I might just cut that part out because my cover's blown anyway, so I'm just gonna go through this rather quickly this time. Yeah, how about no? Go this way.
Suspect escaped. Stand down.
It brought me quite the way back, and it was just going way too slow, so I'm just gonna speed through this a little bit. Go over there. And the place where I got caught was like super stupid too. Because I actually made it all the way till the end. And then like the place where we pick up the Nero amp, it was just surrounded by windows. And then I got seen there. I was like, what the hell? Okay, so we need to go this way. Because, we have to get to Faye's office first, and then she has the key card to get into the room that holds the Nero amp. Run the Overseer program. We'll take that. Take that. Earn the ID card. We'll open this one as well. So we go here. And I'm gonna make a save first, just so I don't have to repeat all that stuff again. Okay, so there's a turret up there. I don't know how to turn the turret off. But we need to get there. There's also someone there, maybe? Come on.
What?
Shh. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we'll turn this off. This is just a security thing for the security alarms for the actual neuro amp. Security access controls for Project Dominion internal neuro amp prototype. Status is enabled, so we'll disable the alarm. And then, here is where I messed up last time. Do another quick save. These stupid windows, they're open. So, someone saw me through the window and then...
I'll get the alarm.
like that. Wait, does this close the windows?
Down the alarm.
Ah, too late now. That was bullshit. I'm just gonna hide in here. Heavens. After I go back into hidden, I just want to see if I can fast travel out of here. Because I don't really see no way exit out of here. And like, who cares about my cover? It's blown already. You don't have a key card. Do they need one? I'm pretty sure some NPCs don't really give a shit. I mean, the alarm is still sounding. Damn it.
Hey, listen. You hear that?
Nope. Oh, okay. See ya, losers.
I'm going for it. Cover me.
I mean, assuming I can get up here. Wait, where'd I go?
What?
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be an easy way out of here, so...
They're around here. Find them.
False alarm.
Time to load in. Go, go, go. Get up.
Through it.
God, we're taking heavy losses. Fall back.
I mean, if I kill everyone, then I won't be around enemies, right?
Engage. Put him down. Ah, get out of my eyes.
Okay. Let's not go that way.
None of the suspects. They're long gone.
Yeah, they're long gone. What's a few casualties here and there, right? Don't care. Let's just get out. Alright, there's an elevator here. Okay, we're just gonna cool down here for a second. And then I guess we'll just walk right out of the office, maybe. Elevator. Hey, let's go to entrance. Nothing happened here. Man, that was so stupid. Like, I suppose, like, because whenever you get close to that neuroamp, someone just spots you right away. Like, I suppose one of the things that you can do is you can puppeteer someone into picking it up for you so that they're not suspicious, but then... But, like, through the way that I went, there wasn't anyone that I could, like, that I could control until it was too late and they spotted me anyway, so... Oh my god. That was a mess of mission.
It's important that the people of the United Colonies can trust their primary news source. Can I help you?
Yeah, I think you'd have a... I think you have a news story that you'd be very interested in.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. What's this so-called story about?
I think Infinity Ltd's growing body count due to unauthorized human trials says it all.
Corporate greed claims victims once more. And you have evidence to support this claim.
Of course, I wouldn't expect SSNN to just believe a perfect stranger.
Perfect stranger or not, we won't air anything without some sort of hard evidence. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence.
I can't review my sources. I'm sure you, as a reporter, you'll understand that.
Of course. I just hope your source is as reliable as you think they are. Is there at least a name I can cite as my source?
Anonymous.
Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour, if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I obviously have some work to do.
Okay, let's go back to Misako. Hey everyone, this is Calvin here. I'm recording this after I edited this video, and looking back at it, there were some certain parts where I could have done a little better in terms of sneaking through that facility. What I may do in maybe the next episode or the episode after that is just to replay this part and try to sneak in Infinity Ltd again without getting caught. Maybe. Okay, let's talk to Misako and finish this hell of a mission.
I believe you were specifically told that we did not want a body count on this.
Well, screw you. That's what you're gonna get. If someone attacks me, I'm going to defend myself.
A poor excuse.
Screw you.
All the tools at your disposal, and yet here we are. I hope you at least attempted to use the internal neuroamp.
It was extremely useful.
And yet not useful enough to avoid a body count? Still, it's good to know the applications are proving themselves. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Citizens of New Atlantis were shocked today when an unidentified assailant left several dead at the Infinity TV building. The murders are believed to be linked to a new investigation where Drexler would have been accused of numerous violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to discuss the options we have with the other members. Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom, so this gives us the opportunity to win a little more public faith.
How does Infinity's loss gain Ryujin public faith?
Infinity is about to crumble before the eyes of the public. They employ thousands of people, and those thousands of people are now worried about their jobs. That's where we come in. First, we'll issue a public statement expressing disgust at their leadership, but sympathy for the innocent workers. That's when we offer to acquire them.
Ryujin buys an Infinity Ltd and no one loses their job.
Quite right. The truth is, we'll be making evaluations. We'll shed any employees who don't make the cut, slowly but surely. By incorporating Infinity, we eliminate a competitor, get their best employees and contracts, and all while boosting our public perception.
Sounds like a win-win to me.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Which is why I'd like you to talk to the board to convince them this is the right move. There are several who might disagree, and you have the perfect tool to help sway them.
Yeah, my gun. You want me to use the internal neuroamp on the board members?
Yes, that's exactly what it's designed for. The bright side being, they'll never know.
I'll talk to them, but I can't make any promises.
With the tech we've given you, I expect promises. You'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. Vina is also here, waiting for the meeting to start. We'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of a tie, I will make the final decision. I trust you'll get it done.
I'm beginning to wish I helped Gularu frame you.
I've got my eye on you.
Executive level. Okay. One yes. Okay.
Did Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire Infinity Ltd? I think we both know that's not going to work.
Well, not with that attitude.
You can make light of the situation, but my stance won't change. The internal neuroamp gives us the power to crush our competitors, not take them under our wing. This is exactly why Masako's time as CEO is finished.
You're all way too eager to use neuroamp on one another.
Oh? Your response tells me Masako must have given you similar advice. It'd be unlike her to not fully exploit an advantage, especially when she believes acquiring Infinity is the right thing to do.
Why are you so against acquiring Infinity Ltd?
The corporate world will hear SSNN's story and believe Ryujin exposed Infinity because they stole from us.
I get that feeling too.
It sends a strong message. But acquiring Infinity could be interpreted as a safety net. Infinity tried to screw us over, yet they still survived. We need to be sending a much stronger message.
Okay.
If you mess with Ryujin, we'll shut you down. Period.
It's heartless to let Infinity die when you know there are benefits to acquiring them.
Ryujin Industries isn't a corporation built on heart. I think you know that. The benefits may exist, but the message will be stronger. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting.
Speaking of, I plan on bringing up the internal neuroamp as an issue in the meeting.
An issue? That would be a foolish move. Dalton and Alexis are the only two against it. You'd never get the rest to shut it down.
The internal neuroamp is dangerous. That tech only spells trouble for Ryujin's future. Let's manipulate her.
Dangerous indeed. For all I know, you're using it right now. The irony. Perhaps I didn't see it earlier, but you're right. The moment a competitor reverse engineers Vina's work, it'll be chaos. The last thing I want is to have my brain scrambled because some engineer didn't do their due diligence. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
I honestly don't care. I feel like I'm leaning towards no for both of those. Hey,
It's good to
Vina?
see you again. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope.
Hey. Are those actual side effects?
What? No, of course not. They're purely theoretical.
Nah, I'm used to waking up in strange places.
Reminds me of my undergrad days. I mean, I assume you're joking, right? I'll have to get that documented and we'll definitely want to run a few tests if not. So, tell me what you think of the neuroamp.
Vina, this tech is dangerous. No one should have this sort of power.
I hope
Because
you're not
I already
actually
have it, so no
suggesting
one
that
else
the
should.
technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day. This is groundbreaking work. My life's work.
You're a scientist. Just hear me out. Just look at it from a different angle.
Fine, fine. Make your case.
If there's enough public outrage, you might never work again.
No, I'm definitely not sure about risking my career over this. Well, this conversation's made me feel like a proper monster. But you're right. In a perfect world, tech like this is used for good. But this world is far from perfect.
You're not a monster, you just got lost in the excitement of discovering something new.
It is. It really is. For years, my only focus has been, is this possible? And then, how do I make it work? I never stopped to consider if it was right, or what it would mean. I guess it'll be up to a vote either way. It's not on the meeting agenda, so I assume you'll bring it up yourself? We just have to hope the others will see reason. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd be?
Do you have any strong opinions about acquiring Infinity Ltd?
I'd like to acquire them, although it won't break my heart if we don't. Faye may have stepped over a line in her attempt to replicate my work, but she's a brilliant engineer. I'm very curious to see what else she may have been working on and dig into her research.
If we acquire them, it'll be fun to see how they try to recreate your work.
Exactly. Not that I want to gloat over it. maybe just a little. Okay, so DeMarcus and I have really been looking forward to it, so fingers crossed this deal goes through. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
Okay.
So much work to do.
Alexis?
If you need something, make it quick. I'd like to make sure my arguments are solid before this meeting.
I heard you're not a fan of acquiring Infinity Ltd.
You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd is the Pandora's box of corporations.
What are the details on why you don't want to acquire Infinity Ltd?
I can guarantee that Infinity Ltd was up to more than just the current charges. The process of finding and following up on all those threads won't be easy. I refuse to be blindsided by another corporation's past, so this is going to take a lot of time and patience.
See. Okay. You're right, the burden for all the departments would be too extreme.
I mean, I could handle it as well as any other high-profile situation. But the real question is, do I want to? And the answer to that is no.
I'm curious about your thoughts on the internal neuroamp.
Nice to know someone is. Everyone's too busy praising its completion to think about the dangers it could represent. First off, if I find out you use that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage.
Agreed, the internal neuroamp should never see the light of day.
Well, I'm both glad and surprised to hear the one person who has one say that. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful, but now I really do need to get back to my notes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not too for the neuroamp. I'm kind of mixed bagged on the acquisition.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Dalton?
This meeting should prove to be very interesting. I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome.
Masako wants me to guarantee that votes go her way.
With that internal neuroamp, no doubt. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago. I knew it was a grave security risk, and look what happened.
You were against Project Dominion from the start?
Completely. I understand the success it can bring for the corporation, but my only concern here is security. It's not that the board majority fails to see the dangers. It's that they believe we can overcome them. That hubris could easily bring this corporation down one day. I only hope it won't be on my watch.
Don't tell me you actually disagree with Masako on something.
It's not often, but yes. And I'm not the only board member that initially voted against moving forward with the research.
We saw firsthand how dangerous this tech is. It should never go to the market.
You read my mind. Let's just hope Masako and the others see it that way. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd., we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause.
Do you think this is the right time to acquire Infinity Ltd?
Well, the timing could be better, but I don't feel strongly one way or another about that.
I don't really care either way.
We've gone through our fair share in the past, and this one would be no different. If Masako wishes to bring Infinity into the fold, I will not stand against it.
Then vote against Infinity. I'm with you. The risk is too big.
I hate to agree, but you're right. And I'm sure Masako will understand my reasoning. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some preparations to make. We'll be announcing Ularu's termination of employment at this meeting, so I need to have security ready to escort her off the premises.
Yeah, I think I'm going to lean towards no for both. At least definitely no for NeuroAmp. Not sure about the acquisition. But we'll see what their other people's reasonings are.
Interesting today. Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available.
That's because I really am the best source available.
I doubt that. But moving on. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity Ltd. Throughout your assignments here.
Half of them are dead.
Do you think they're worth redemption? And why?
The majority of workers are innocent. They don't know, okay. What makes you think I actually had contact with enough of them to know?
You can tell a lot by just looking at a workspace or simply observing a person in their business environment. Perhaps I mistakenly assumed that as an operative here, observation was a talent of yours.
Oh, shut up. The majority of workers there are innocent. They don't know what's going on.
Oh, I didn't mean in regards to Drexler's actions. More in the sense of, should a superior company like Ryujin make room for so many potentially lackluster employees?
It sounds like you already made a decision. Why even ask me?
Perhaps I wanted to see if I could be convinced otherwise. It's easy to say, it's the right thing to do for someone in your position. But for me, Infinity Ltd. Is a huge financial unknown. It's high risk versus mediocre reward.
We have the opportunity to do some good here. Why not take it?
That is a plea more well spent on Genevieve or Alexis. I prefer to focus on the numbers and leave emotions out of my decision-making.
Like, I don't like this response, but that's the only thing that I can do without manipulating him. Fine, just screw thousands out of a job. I'm not sure why I even thought you'd care.
Your disdain is noted. And perhaps you thought I'd care because you're hopeful. Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the mole situation?
We caught them all, so I'd say it was a success.
Any insight into what made it successful?
Me. I'm not at liberty to discuss details.
Interesting. So this must have been a situation that required some extreme secrecy on their part. I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been.
What are your thoughts on the internal NeuroAmp?
It's the next big step for Ryujin Industries. Financially, it'll keep us secure for years to come. There's no doubt it's our future.
The internal NeuroAmp, tech like that is dangerous should be banned.
It's only dangerous to those who can't afford one. Hence the added motivation
Okay,
that will bolster sales.
Can you guarantee all of your employees can afford one?
The guarantee depends on if we're willing to make the financial commitment to outfitting each employee with at least a shielding component. A cost that's not lost on me as CFO.
Fine. Once the lawsuits hit, you'll be drowning in compensation payouts.
It's possible. But with Alexis and Genevieve driving the restrictions and presentation of such a product, it's also highly unlikely. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, I don't really see any reason to convince them too much. I feel like the outcome is kind of irrelevant, much like most things in this game.
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure I'm on her side?
Yeah. Maybe. That depends whose side you're on.
Well, you can let Masako know to rest easy. It just so happens that her agenda lines up with mine. We just need to grab Infinity Ltd. while it's got the public's full attention. I'm all about free PR, especially when it's painting us in a good light.
There must be a downside to acquiring Infinity Ltd, so what is it?
The only downsides are the unknowns. Lyndon and Alexis are gonna have a lot on their hands. Not that I'm getting off easy. Whatever they find, if it hits the public, that's gonna fall on my shoulders too.
Yeah, I'll just agree with what they're saying. Coming to the rescue to all those innocent workers will really look good for us.
I'm sure I can squeeze enough goodwill out of this to last us at least a year.
Oh, I just realized. Would Ulara's vote not count? Because they're probably gonna kick her out before everyone gets a chance to vote, right? I'm actually here to discuss more than just Infinity Ltd.
Well, you have my attention.
Have you considered just how powerful the internal neuroamp is?
Of course, which is why I know it requires some very delicate handling. But unlike Alexis, I believe we can get the proper restrictions and regulations in place to have a marketable product. We do it every day with weapons we arm ourselves and our ships with.
The internal neuroamp, that research should be banned.
The possible backlash on tech like this is not lost on me. However, the internal neuroamp will define the next era of tech. With Ryujin at the forefront, it's not an opportunity you just walk away from.
Do you really think a product that can manipulate annoying citizens can be accepted by the public?
Not when you word it like that. But a product that can settle disputes or help broaden someone's point of view? Then you really have something that consumers will buy into. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future
Yeah, I don't really
matters.
care either way. Okay, I'm actually worried about my disk space, so I'm just gonna pause the recording for a second. Okay, people are funneling in. I'm interested to see how this plays out. Still wearing my stupid stealth suit. Okay.
All right, everyone. As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity Ltd's botched human trials and murder for hire through SSNN. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial, and he's probably writing his resignation as we speak. Ryujin will be launching a statement, but I believe now is the perfect time to acquire Infinity Ltd.
My stance on this is obvious. It's a classic rescue and rehabilitation story. We announce our intentions, and the media outlets will eat it up.
Arguments?
Infinity Ltd's name is soured with the public. We don't want to be associated with it.
After the series of security issues we've had lately, I'd be remiss if I didn't say the acquisition is a bad idea. This simply is not the time.
We should be crushing our competition, not rescuing them from their own flaws. This is a weak decision, Masako, and you know it. In fact, I move that Masako be removed from CEO altogether.
Ularu, this isn't a line you want to cross.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power, it's going to be you.
Hold up. Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole, and she'd been dealt with.
Imogen was just another victim. Ularu set her up.
Do you even have any proof to back up this outrageous claim?
Of course we do. The malicious code you hid on this slate to upload incriminating evidence against Masako onto Lucas Drexler's computer.
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're fired. Security will hold you in your office until a proper exit interview can be done.
This isn't right. I should at least have the opportunity to resign.
And allow you to still be marketable to a competitor? I don't think so. This may be news to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely.
She can just...
This isn't something you just get to walk away from.
She has an escape path. From her office. Enjoy unemployment.
Security, escort Miss Chen to her office and see that she stays put.
You'll regret this. All of you.
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business. All in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Aye.
All against?
Nay.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up?
I moved to postpone the production of the internal neuroamp.
The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success.
I'm mixed on this as
for the
well.
Next 10 years, if
Like, I
not
feel like if
more.
they don't do it, someone
Why
else will
would
try
we
to do it
shelve
anyways.
After we've finally perfected it. I'm waiting.
The moment the public learns about it, no one will trust anyone anymore, especially Ryujin.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
Agreed. Not to mention the security risks.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye.
All against? Vina, prep Project Dominion for storage. Any other matters to bring forth? None? This concludes our order of business for today.
She's gonna be pissed.
There were more hours in the day.
Shelving the internal neuroamp. Not the outcome
Yeah, I have it anyways. Why would I want other people to have it? I've never been one to do as I'm told.
Your completed assignments would state otherwise.
And I killed a bunch of people in the last one too.
Lucas Drexler learned a hard lesson, and we exposed a traitor among us. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin.
Thank you, that's quite a compliment coming from the Ryujin CEO.
It's well earned and deserved. I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to investigate our own to the extent that you did. I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you were fairly new at the time.
How often does Ryujin have someone turn against the company?
Not often, and certainly not to this degree. We have the occasional employee consider selling information, but thanks to our security and operations teams, we always catch them before any damage can be done. This was the first time anyone from either department was involved.
It was nothing I'm not used to.
Imogene's instincts were right about you. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate.
Ooh, can I
for all
be
you've
Imogene's
done.
boss?
And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more
Damn
than
it.
earned it.
Give me the details on my new position.
As for the details, I think someone back on the operations floor would prefer to explain those to you.
Okay. That's just a side quest, so that's unrelated. That completes the Ryujin Industries quest line, I think. Oh, nope, never mind. Talk to Imogene. I think she might just give me some, like... lobby? Oh. Bunch of stuff popping up right now. Operations. I think she's just gonna give me some, like, repeatable side quests from now on, maybe?
Did you hear the news about Ularu? I bet you anything a rival corp was involved.
Hey, Imogene.
You've certainly shaken things up around here. I still can't believe Ularu tried to frame me. An obvious misjudgment on my part. But now that's all in the past. It's time to get back to your typical day-to-day.
Really? Right back to work?
Of course. If you think anyone here believes in downtime, forget it.
After all that, I'm not sure anything could hold my interest.
Well, it could be worse. You could be looking at a desk job like me. Now, since you were new, you've been dealing with people, but most of our assignments are generated on the mission board. The board holds any available assignments that our techs have pieced together, and I've approved. Questions?
What kind of assignments are these?
Nothing you aren't already familiar with. You experienced the majority of what we do here during your training, if you recall. Uploading a few files, manipulating a narrative or two, obtaining schematics, it's just more of the same.
So I don't get to deal with you anymore?
No, but try to see that as an improvement, since I certainly do. The mission board is more efficient for both of us.
That makes your job a lot easier.
I wish. Assignment approval isn't exactly riveting work. With your promotion, you've earned yourself an office, so whenever you're ready, you can find your own personal mission board inside. And the best perk of them all, you're free to make your own hours. Oh, and congratulations, of course.
I'm never working. I'm still gonna run this place someday.
At this point, I wouldn't doubt it. Go check out the board, and if you have any questions, I suppose I can start up an open door policy. Just for you.
Cool. Talk to you again.
Can this day move any slower?
What's it like being back after everything you've been through?
It's a relief. I'll take my desk job over being on the run any day. I was lucky enough to have plenty of connections and favors to abuse in my situation. We'll see how many of those favors come back to haunt me later.
Okay. And then...
Don't cause any trouble.
I think this is my office? Okay. Oh, I remember this goddamn ball. Camden Cho is here.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
I'm a little busy right now.
My question is, where's Yuko? I'm sure she has something to say about this. She's like a shit stirrer. I'm gonna go to executive offices again. Check out it. Ularu's office. See who's there. Yeah, let's talk to her.
How did I not see this coming? Come here to rub it in?
Uh-huh.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
No, we can't go out this way now. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I guess I'll end the video here unless I find Yuko. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!